Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play 10 easy songs using E, E minor, A, D, G, A minor, C, and our new ones D minor and F. Now make sure you've done part 8 before you do this one. Now if you already know these chords, you can jump ahead to this time to start the song. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Songs and lessons uploaded weekly. Now if you have any problems with these songs, leave a comment and let me know how you go with this one. So before we learn our two new chords, D minor and F, let's quickly run over all the tips we've learned so far. So your wrist doesn't have to be down to play all these chords. Don't have your thumb off to the side, and it can come over the neck if you want, just don't touch the top E string there. Don't stick your fingers out when we're playing chords, try and keep them close to the fretboard. And make sure you're on the tips of your fingers at all times so you can move your wrist forward to get right on the tips there. We want to stay as close to the front of the fret as possible, which is harder when we're stretching over 3 frets. Now the most important thing is put the chord on the same way every time. So we're putting the same finger down each time we do it. Now I've left these two chords to the end because they're like the C chord where we're stretching over 3 frets. And I've left the hardest open chord to last, the dreaded F chord. Now we don't want to avoid this chord because there's lots of songs that use it, and over time you'll get it. So let's start with our D minor chord. So for our D minor, the easiest way to get it is to place your first finger on the first fret on the E string, then take your second finger, place it on the second fret on the G string, and then our third finger on the third fret, and this one's on the B string this time. Now we're not going to play the open E or the open A, but we are going to play the open D. So we're just playing the bottom 4 strings there. And that's our D minor. Now it's most important to get right on the tips of your fingers because it's basically nearly exactly the same as our D chord. And I find most beginners will mute that bottom string. And that's what gives us the difference between the D and the D minor. As you can see, we're just moving that one finger back, and that's the only difference between D and D minor. We do finger the D differently, but if you have a look at it, it's only one note difference, and we want to hear that note. So make sure you get right on the tips of your fingers with this one. And that's our D minor chord. Now we want to put that down the same way every single time. If you find it easier to go for your third finger than your second finger, that's okay, just do it that way every time. I find most people it's easiest to go first, second, then third for your D minor chord. Now we want to practice that the same way we did with all the other chords. Play it 4 times. Hand off, back on again, 4 times there. Hand off, back on again. So that's our D minor chord, a little bit trickier again. We're stretching over 3 frets, and it's hard when you start not to mute that bottom E string. So we want to make sure we're not doing that. And if you want to, you can just play the individual strings to see how you're going there to make sure you're not muting any of them. Now let's have a look at the F chord and how to do that. Now for our F chord, the trick to it is to be able to get our first finger, and we want that flat so we can bend at this first knuckle here, but we want this second knuckle to be flat. We don't want that to bend up. We want it to be completely flat. And you can start like that, and we're going to place it on the first fret on the B and the E strings. This is the first time with our open chords that we're actually covering 2 strings. So we want to make sure our finger is flat there. If we're bending it, it's nearly impossible to cover both the strings. So that's the key to the F chord. Keep that first finger completely straight. We don't want it straight like this. We want to bend that first knuckle there, but not the second one. Then we're going to take our second finger, we're going to place that on the second fret on the G string, and then our third finger on the third fret on the D string, and we don't play the E and the A again. So that's our F chord. If you're bending that first finger, you'll find you're using the bottom E string. So we've got to make sure that first finger's flat. Now it also helps with the F chord to be on an angle, so our fingers are going this way. Again, when you first start, it's really hard to get that F chord if your fingers are completely straight to the frets. So we can go off on the side there, And as I said, the most important thing is to get that first finger flat there. We don't want it bent like this. We want it flat, and that's our F chord. Now that's going to take you a little bit of time to get, but that's okay. Just work on it and do it the same way every single time. You can start with your third finger and walk down to your second and your first, or you can do it the other way, first finger, which I find easier because you can make sure that that finger's flat, and then the second and the third finger. And that's our F chord. We practice it the same way. We get on the F, strum it 4 times, take your hand off, do it again, hand off, and do it again there. So that's our F chord. So you've now got 2 new chords, D minor and F. So you can go through all your chords now that we've gone over and practice those. E minor, 4 strums, E, our A, our D, our G, A minor, our C, our 2 new ones, D minor, and F there. And they're all our chords now, all our open chords. They're the main ones we use. So practice that D minor and the F, and put those chords in any order there. So we want to join them all together with our down strums, and you can also add the strumming pattern in that we've been using as well. So we could start on the E minor and use our down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, D minor, up, down, up, and F. Now that's feeling too hard, just use down strums. And once we get into the songs, if they're still feeling really tricky to get, just do 1 down strum and let it hold for the 4 until you get on that. And now we also spoke about pushing chords, so we can do that. Just keep the strumming going the whole time and change the chord. Even if you're not on the chord, keep the strumming going, because we want to break the habit of stopping in between the chords. So now let's try 10 songs. Now with the D minor and the F chord, so we've got lots of practice. So we're going to start with or Without You by U2, and we're going to have our capo on the 2nd fret. If you don't have a capo, just play the chords as normal. So we're going to have C for a bar, and we're just using our strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. To G for a bar, same again. Down, down, up, down, up. A minor for a bar. And our new one, F for a bar. And try not to play the E and the A string when we're playing the F chord there. And that's nearly the whole song. It does that through 24 times. Then after the 24th time, we just go to the C and we play 12 bars of the C. So just down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, and do that 12 times. And then we just go back to that same chord progression, C, G, A minor, and F. So let's give that a go, not too hard. The F chord will be tricky when you first start out. So starting on the C, 1 bar. Said that's nearly the whole song, so it's a pretty easy one to get us started. As I said though, the F will always be tricky. So now let's try Runaway Train by Asylum. Again, our strumming pattern is going to be exactly the same, down, down, up, up, down, up. And for our intro, we're just going to play C for 4 bars. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And again. And then from there we go into our verse, and it's going to be C for 2 bars. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. E minor for 2 bars. A minor for 2 bars. And G for 2 bars. And that's our verse. So they're all the old chords we've used before. So let me play that through for you. We'll just do it through once. Does it through 2 times in the song. So starting on the C, E minor, A pre-chorus. Now we're going to jump to our F here, 1 bar. G for 1 bar. C for 1 bar. A minor for 1 bar. Back to our F again, 1 bar. E minor, 1 bar. And G for 2 bars. So that's our pre-chorus. Now I'm going through these pretty fast. It's best just to take notes and go at your own speed there. So let me play that pre-chorus for you, starting on the F for 1 bar. G, C, A minor, F, E minor, and G for 2 bars. So that's our pre-chorus, and then that we have this change from C to A minor, which is really easy. The C, we just take our 3rd finger there and pop it down under our 2nd finger, and that gets us from C to A minor. So that's a really easy change there. From that we have our first chorus, and it's basically the same as the intro. We have our C for 2 bars, our E minor for 2 bars, our A minor for 2 bars. Then to finish off this first chorus, we're going to play G for 3 bars, and on the 4th bar just do 1 strum and hold. So we have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 2, 3, 4. So we play that first chorus through for you, starting on the C. E minor, A minor, that's our first chorus. From there we just go back to our verse and we do it 2 times through like we did the first time. Back to our pre-chorus, and that's exactly the same with our new F chord. Then we have our second chorus, and that's basically going to be nearly exactly the same as our first chorus, except we're only doing the G for 2 bars and then repeating it all again. So we have C, 2 bars, E minor, 2 bars, A minor, 2 bars, G for 2 bars, and then we just go back to the C from there. So let me play that once through for you, same as the intro. E minor, A minor, and we do that through 2 times. From there we go back to the pre-chorus this time and we play that through once, and then we're going back to the verse again, but we're only strumming once on each chord. So we're going to start on the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor the same, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor the same, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the G we're going to hold for 1 bar and then start the strumming pattern for the second bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up. And that's after the pre-chorus there. And then we're just going back to the chorus and we play that through 4 times, the same as the second chorus. We just keep playing through and we just end on our C there. So we play the chorus once through for you, and that's the whole song. E minor, A minor, G, and finish on this C. And that gives you the whole song there. So let's do another. So the next one we'll try is She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. Now this time we're going to have a bit of a different strumming pattern. For our intro and our verses, we're going to start on the A minor and we're going to do a down, down, up, stop. So on the stop I'm just putting my hand on the strings, but I'm using sort of a downward motion because it feels like a down strum. So down, down, up, stop. So I'm not dragging my pick, I'm not even touching the strings with my pick, I'm just hitting it down with my hand and stopping it. Then we go to the G and we're going to do up, up, stop, up, down, up. So let me do that slowly for you. And remember, these are all simplified versions of the song. I know that's not that simple when you first start. So let me play that up to speed for you. That's the intro and the verse, and it does that through 10 times. So. And then from there we go into our first chorus. We're going to have C for a bar. And this time we're just going back to our normal down, down, up, up, down, up. G for a bar. A minor for a bar. Back to G for a bar. C for a bar. G for a bar. A minor for a bar. This time go to F for a bar. Back to C for a bar. G for a bar. A minor for a bar. Then we're going to do F for a bar and then one strum for the second bar and hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our first chorus. Let me play that for you. A minor, G, C, G, A minor, our F, C, G, A minor, and our F. 2, 3, 4. From there we go back to our verse, so our A minor and G, but this time we do it through 8 times. And then our second chorus changes a little bit. We're going to have the C for 1 bar, G for 1 bar, A minor for a bar, G for a bar. Now this next part we're going to play 3 times. So C for a bar, G for a bar, A minor for a bar, and F for a bar. And we do that through 3 times. So let me just play that through for you once there, starting on the C. G, A minor, G, C, G, A minor, F. And we do that again. C, G, A minor, and F. And do that last line through one more time there. From our second chorus we go into our verse again, but we only play that through 4 times, so our A minor and our G. And then we finish that off with an F, and we're just going to hold that for 2 bars. So 1 strum, so we've come from the A minor, down, down, up, mute. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to your verse for 2 bars. And then we have our third chorus after that. So it's just going to be C for a bar again, G for a bar, A minor for a bar, G for a bar, C for a bar, G for a bar, A minor for a bar, and then F for a bar. And we keep playing that chord progression to the end. So C, G, A minor, G, C, G, A minor, F, and just keep repeating that and finish on the C chord. So let me play that through once for you, and this is our last chorus. G, A minor, G, C, G, A minor, and F. That's She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. A little bit trickier again because we've got that F chord and we're only holding it for a bar. So let's have a look at another. So let's try I Will Survive. This one we're going to throw in a new chord. We're going to have an E sus4. Now it's pretty easy. Play your A chord and just put it all up a string. And that's an E sus4 chord. So we've got the open E string. We've got the second fret on the A, second fret on the D, second fret on the G, open B and open E. So an E sus4, exactly the same as our A chord, but just up a string. So finger it exactly the same way you do your A, just put it all up a string. So the very start of the song, we're just going to have an E chord. We're just going to strum it once. This is where our piano's playing, and hold for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the whole song just keeps repeating this chord progression after that. We have A minor for a bar and just our normal strumming pattern. Then we have D minor, G for a bar, C for a bar. We have F for a bar, D minor for a bar, our new E sus4, and straight to E. So just a bar on each, and it does that through the whole song. It just keeps repeating that chord progression. There's a part where the song slows down and you can just strum once on each chord there and hold for a bar. So F, D minor, E sus4, E. And you can also give that a bit of a funk groove if you want there. Just to make it a little bit more disco, we'll just keep it as a nice easy down, down, up, down, which will work when you're playing with the song. So let's give that a go, starting with our A minor, D minor, G, C, F, D minor, E sus4, and E. And again, A minor, D minor, G, C, F, D minor, E sus4, and you just do that throughout the whole song. So that one is harder now because now we're putting the D minor and the F in there, and we've also got to change from F to D minor, so that can be tricky when you first start. So let's do another. So let's try Pictures of You by The Last Good Night. Again, this time we've got our capo on the second fret, and we're just going to use our strumming pattern down, down, up, down, up for this as well. Now remember, these are simplified versions of the song. It's just getting used to changing to those new chords, the D minor and the F. So we're going to start on our C, and we're going to do that for 2 bars. A minor for a bar, F for 1 bar. And that's our intro and our verse, and we do that 3 times. Let's give that a go. A minor for a bar, F, C, 2 bars, A minor, and F. And for our intro and our verse, we do that 3 times. Then we have our chorus. We have C for a bar, G for a bar, A minor for a bar, and F for a bar. And we do that through 2 times, and then we just end this time on the A minor, and we're going to hold that for 2 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me play the chorus through for you, starting on the C. G, A minor, F. Do that again, C. Then from there we just go back to the verse again. This time we do it through 2 times. Do the chorus again through 2 times, but don't finish on that A minor. We're going from the F, and then we go into our bridge. This time we're going to start on the D minor for our bridge. Do that for a bar. A minor, we're doing this for half a bar, so we're just doing it down, down, up. G half a bar, down, down, up. F a bar, down, down, up, down, up. C half a bar, down, down, up. G half a bar, down, down, up. And we do that through 2 times, and that's the bridge. So let me play that slowly for you first, then we'll do it up to speed, starting on the D minor. A minor, G, F, C, G. And let's do that up to speed now, starting on the D minor. C, then G, and again D minor. A minor, G, F, C, G. And that's our bridge. From there we just go back to our verse, we do it through 2 more times, and then we go to our chorus and we just keep playing that till the end. And that's the whole song, so that's a good one. Again, we've got the F in our verses and our choruses, and then our bridge we've got the D minor and the F. So let's try another. Now let's do Need You Now by Lady Antebellum. This time we've got our capo on the 4th fret, and we're going to start on the F chord this time. Same strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up, and the F for 2 bars. A minor for 2 bars. And we repeat that through 5 times, and that's the intro and the first verse. And once we've done that through 5 times, we go back to the F for 1 bar. And then we just strum the F and hold for a bar. 2, 3, 4. And that's our intro and our verse. Let me play that a couple of times through for you, starting on the F for 2 bars. Then for our chorus, we just jump to C for 2 bars, E minor for 2 bars, and we do that through 2 times, and then we do to the F for 2 bars, and then the last bar, for the 3rd bar, we strum once and hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our chorus. Let me play that through for you, not too hard. C to E minor. E minor. Do that again. C. E minor. To our F. And hold 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our first chorus. From there we go back to our verse, from our F to our A minor. We do that 4 times this time. And then the second chorus is going to change a little bit. It's just the F, we're not going to hold that last and the 3rd bar, we're just going to keep playing. So we have our C minor for a bar, sorry, C for a bar, 2 bars there. E minor for 2 bars. We do that again, C for 2 bars. E minor for 2 bars. Now F we're going to do for 3 bars. 2 and 3. And that's our second chorus there. From there we're going into the bridge. Now this is going to be a little bit confusing the way they do the strumming pattern. It's going to be A minor, down, down, up, to G for an up. So we're going to go down, down, up, to C, up, down, down, up, down, up. So let me do that part for you slowly. Then we go to the F for a bar, G for a bar. And we do that through 2 times. So let me do that for you up to speed. So that can be a little confusing, the A minor, down, down, up, G, up, C, up, down, down, up, down, up there. And that's our bridge. From there we just go back to our F, and we're just going to hold that for 2 bars. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the same on our A minor. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to finish with the chorus, but we're just going to play the C for 2 bars, E minor for 2 bars, and we're just going to keep repeating that over and over again. So the last chorus, C, E minor, C, and E minor. And that's the whole song there. Not too bad. The only tricky part is the bridge with our new strumming pattern where we're jumping quickly to the G and then back to the C. But just start slowly and build your speed up. So let's do another. So let's do Hallelujah. This is a Shrek version, so it's a little bit easier than the original. Now we're just going to do all down strums with this. We can arpeggio pick it if you want to when you get a little bit better at changing the chords. So for our intro, we're just going to do C, and we're going to do half a bar, so we're just doing 2 down strums. To A minor, exactly the same. Back to C, and A minor. And that's our intro there, so let's give that a go. A minor, C, A minor. If you want to give the arpeggio picking a go, for that intro we're going to play the root note of the chord for C. It's going to be the A string 3rd fret, and then you can just play the G, B and E, back to B, back to G. So I could go and do that again. Then it's exactly the same for A minor. So C, A minor, C, A minor. So you can try it like that if you want. I suggest you get the chords down first and then try that. So our intro, C for half a bar, A minor for half a bar, and we do that 2 times. For our verse we have C half a bar, A minor half a bar. Do that again, C, A minor. Then we have F for half a bar, G for half a bar, C for half a bar, G for half a bar. Then we're going to do C again, half a bar. This is where it changes a little bit. We're going to do F but just 1 strum, G 1 strum. So tricky part, quick changes there. Back to A minor, half a bar again, F half a bar, G half a bar, E half a bar, and then A minor 4 down strums there. So for a bar, 3, 4. So let me do that for you. That's a little bit tricky because we're now jumping quick between the F and the G. So starting on the C, A minor, C, A minor, F, G, C, G, C, F, G, F, G, A minor, F, G, E, and A minor. And that's our verse. From there we go into our chorus, and that's just F for a full bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor for a bar. 2, 3, 4, F for a bar. 2, 3, 4, C for half a bar. G for half a bar. C for half a bar. And G for half a bar. And that's the chorus. Let's do that now, starting on the F. A minor, F, C, G, C, G. Then from there we just go back to the verse, do that the same, chorus the same, do the verse again, chorus again, verse again. Then the last chorus changes a little bit. We're going to have F for a bar, A minor for a bar, so the same, F for a bar, C for half a bar, so 2 down strums, G. Then we repeat that, F, 1 bar, A minor, F for a bar, C for half a bar, G for half a bar, and C. And then we just get repeating that till the end there. So that's not too hard, we've only got the F in there. The tricky part is doing the C for 2, F for 1, and G, and then straight to the A minor. So that may take a little bit to get that, especially with that F chord. We know that's hard to do it first. So let's try another. So let's do Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. This time we're going to start on our G chord, but we're just going to do palm muting. So I'm not going to go into how to palm mute here. We can do that in a later lesson. So what we're basically doing, we'll do a quick one of it. We're just going to play the top 2 strings, and I'm just lightly putting the side of my hand here on those strings, and we want it right back on the bridge so we can hear. If I move up, no good. If I'm right off the strings, they're just open. So just touching the top 2 strings right on the bridge there, and we're playing 8th notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm going to do that for 10 bars for the intro. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the second guitar he's played the little lead at the start. So we do that for 10 bars, and then our verse we just go G, normal strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. F for a bar, same again. C for a bar, G for a bar. And that's our verse. We do that through 2 times. Let's do that up to speed. This one's a little bit harder, it's going quite fast. So starting on the G, F, C, G, G again, F, C, and G. From there we go into our chorus and we do G for a bar, D for a bar this time, C for a bar, and G for a bar. And we do that through 2 times, and that's our chorus. Let me play that through once for you, starting on the G. G, C, G. Do it again. There, so that's our chorus. Then we go back to the verse, we do it the same, chorus the same, and then we go back to our palm muting on the G chord, and we do it for 8 bars this time. So our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to finish that off we go back to the verse, back to the chorus, but this time we play it through 4 times instead of 2 times, and then we can just end on the G there. So chorus, C, and G to finish the song off. So that one's not too hard. We can try our palm muting there. If that's finding a little bit hard for you, you can just play it as an open. Don't worry about the palm muting, and we're just playing the top 2 strings. On our G chord, that's exactly the same as normal. But that can be hard because it's going quite fast. So let's do another. Let's try Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles. This time we're going to start on the E minor, same strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. On the E minor for 1 bar, A minor for 1 bar, back to the E minor again, 1 bar, A minor 1 bar, now we're going to our D minor for 1 bar, and G for 1 bar, and that's our intro there. Now again, this is going really fast as well, starting on our E minor for a bar, A minor, and that's our intro. From there we go into our verse. We're going to have C, and we'll do that for 4 bars, same strumming pattern. 2, 3, 4. And then F, 2 bars. Back to C for 2 bars. Now this is a tricky part. We're going to go to G for a bar, And then we're going to jump to F, but we're just going to play it and hold for one bar. I'm actually going to stop it. So 2, 3, 4. So I'm just putting my hand on the strings to stop it. Now G for half a bar. So down, down, up. F for half a bar, down, down, up. And then C for a bar to finish the verse off. Down, down, up, down, up. So let me play that through for you. It's a little bit tricky now. We've got that quick change to the F and then G, F, C. Starting on our C for 4 bars. 2, 3, F, C, G, and F, G, F, C. And that's our verse there. We do that through 2 times and then we go into our chorus. We're going to start on E minor for a bar. A minor for a bar, C for 2 bars, E minor for a bar, A minor for a bar, this time D minor for a bar, and G for a bar. And that's our chorus there. Let me play that through for you, starting on the E minor. A minor, C for 2 bars, E minor, A minor, D minor, G. And that's our chorus. From there we go back to the verse. We just play it through once, but on the last C we do that for 2 bars instead of 1. So that last little part of the verse, G, F and C for 2 bars. Then from there we're going back to the verse again. This time don't stop on the F, we just keep playing through our normal strumming pattern. So G, F, G, F, C. And the solo's playing over that. From there we go back to the chorus and we do that exactly the same. Back to the verse again, we do that exactly the same. And then to finish off, it's nearly the same as the intro there. We've got E minor, 1 bar. A minor for a bar, E minor for a bar, A minor for a bar, D minor for a bar, G for a bar, and C for a bar to finish. So that last little part, let me play that for you, starting on the E minor, A minor, E minor, A minor, D minor, so again, that's a little bit harder now. We've got quick changes between the G, the F and the C there, but again, just take your time, build your speed up. So let's do one more. So let's try You're So Vain by Carly Simons. We're not going to do the very intro. There is a little bit of guitar, but not a lot. We're going to start when the verse starts. So we have A minor for 2 bars. Same strumming pattern as before, F for a bar. Down, down, up, down, up. A minor for a bar. And we do that through 2 times. Then we go to the F. Now they're jumping a little bit, but we're simplifying. We're just going to do our down, down, up, G, down, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up. Then back to the F for a bar. Then we're just going to play the C and let that hold right through to the chorus there. So it's 3.5 bars here. It's not exact. So let me play that first verse for you, starting on the A minor. F, A minor, A minor again, F, A minor, F, G, D minor, A minor, F, and that's our verse. From there we go into our chorus, and again we stay on the C, 2 bars. D minor for a bar, and C for a bar. A minor for a bar, F for a bar, and G for a bar, and then we're going to play one more on the G and hold for a bar. 2, 3, 4, and that's our chorus. Let me do that for you, starting on the C. D minor, C, A minor, F, G, 2, 3, 4. From there we just go back to our verse, then our chorus, then our verse, chorus, verse, chorus. It just keeps repeating those two chord progressions. To finish off, we're just doing the top part of the chorus. C for 2 bars, D minor for a bar, and C for a bar. And you just keep playing that through to the end of the song. So let's do that quickly. C, D minor, C, C again, D minor, and C. And you can finish that on the C there as well. So that gives you 10 songs, much harder now because we're throwing in that F and the D minor. And everyone, when they start, really struggles with the F because we're stretching over 3 frets and playing 2 strings which we have to bar with our first finger. So remember, we're flattening that first or that second join there, our second knuckle, and bending that first one to bar those 2 strings on the first fret. As I said, everyone struggles with F when they first start, so don't worry, it'll take a bit of time to get. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.